It's week 29. I'm on my pregnancy ball and I curled my hair. I got mascara on. Let's make a video. Okay, so we are now into the third trimester. Last week, I started having like lower back pain. Very convenient. And the baby's moving around a bunch, which is super fun. He is just super active. So at my appointment last week, like I told you in my last update, I had my gestational diabetes test and my syphilis and HIV tests. Let's talk about the gestational diabetes test first. If you don't know, you have to drink 50 milliliters of a very sweet drink, and then an hour you have to take a blood test to see how your body has basically processed that sugar. The internet makes me want to die because I was all psyched out thinking that this was going to be the nastiest, syrupiest drink that's ever existed. It was fine. Was it the best tasting fruit punch I've ever had? No. But was it so gross that it was making me throw up? Of course not. It was fine. I was sitting there drinking it with the intake nurse, and I was like, how long do I have to finish this? And she's like, you have 5 minutes. I was like, okay, I definitely just downed it in like a minute just to like get it over with, and it was no big deal at all. It was fine. They didn't give me like a choice in flavor or anything, but it really wasn't that bad. And I don't have gestational diabetes. Woo-hoo! However, my blood work did show that I am anemic. Yay! So now I'm on an iron supplement and I have to take vitamin C and or drink orange juice. Oh well. I was probably anemic before, let's be honest. Now, with the syphilis and HIV tests, apparently the entire obstetrics community is changing their protocol for when they test for syphilis and HIV in pregnant people, because you get tested right when you have your like initial blood work done, when you find out you're pregnant. But apparently babies are being born with exposure to HIV and syphilis, because I can't remember exactly what the nurse said, but essentially you can get tested at the beginning and it can show negative results, but you can still have HIV or syphilis. And then at the end of your pregnancy, if you don't test again, it's too late to like get treatment and not pass any sort of adverse things to your baby. And I found out that Georgia is in the top 10 states of babies born with syphilis. What? So they've now changed the protocol that when you get tested for gestational diabetes, you also get tested for syphilis and HIV, which all sounds great because apparently this is enough time that you would be able to get treatment and not have it affect your baby too much. Good appointment. Nice and easy. I just sat in the waiting room for an hour with my little book and it was not so bad. Nice, easy appointment. And then I got breakfast chicken afterward. So Dan and I, when he usually comes to all my appointments with me, we usually make them first thing in the morning so that he can go to work afterwards, but still be a part of this process. So after our appointments, there's a Chick-fil-A very close. So we will get breakfast chicken is what we call it after our appointments as like a little treat and a little reward. Pro tip for your appointments. Going around on the internet right now are all of these videos that are like, oh my gosh, the OB appointments are so short and I never remember and I feel so silly because I don't have any questions. I have tons of questions and I am not using Google because that was advice that was given to me very early on. Do not look anything up on WebMD. Do not look anything up in the what to expect when you're expecting book. So I have a little notebook that throughout the time in between my appointments, I write down a list of questions that I want to ask my midwife. This book has been incredibly helpful. I am so glad that I have it because I also started using it when we started trying to get pregnant. That happened a little bit quicker than we intended. I was able to actually remember to use the notebook and take it to all of my appointments. It's really small, so it fits in my little purse, and it's real easy to just pull it out while I'm talking to the midwife and be like, hey, so pregnancy belts, any advice? Or any other sort of random question that I have. So I highly recommend that. I'm sure people put it in their phones too. So as you may or may not be able to tell, I am winded. And I'm winded because this baby keeps pushing on my lungs and I get real tired. The fatigue isn't really crazy, but it is, it's like a lot to just breathe and be able to talk. And my yoga definitely helps because it's all about intentional breathing. But as I sit here making these videos, I remember early on in my pregnancy watching other pregnancy videos. And I was like, gosh, those women sound so winded. And now I know why. So that's pretty much it in terms of like symptoms. My lower back kind of hurts. I'm having trouble like getting full breaths. I apparently now have to take iron, which is fine. And sleeping is getting slightly better, but I'm assuming as my body continues to change, it will get worse again. But I was finally able to invest in some nursing and pumping underclothes, not just bras, but I have on right now a nursing tank top from Old Navy, and I love it so far. It is the most comfortable thing because it's been such a pain in the butt to find like good supportive bras and supportive like underclothing during this whole entire thing, and I am like so over it and over spending money on stuff that I only can wear for a couple of months. So I just went ahead and ordered like nursing and pumping stuff, and it's been great. And luckily, like the tank tops like fit over my bump. They're kind of maternity friendly. They're stretchy, and that's been so great. So great. What's coming up? Obviously, the nursery is done. Obviously, we're getting ready for the baby shower, which is very exciting. I am starting to do a lot more research about like what to do when the baby gets here. So not just labor and delivery stuff, but also like, when can the baby see me? When can the baby see someone across the room? I don't know what else to talk about. I feel like it's just been, I was so used to like not doing a video for so long that like now that I'm doing one a week after the last one, I'm like, nothing's really changed. You know, he's wiggling around, which is super great. I feel good. I'm assuming I'll start feeling even better after I start taking this iron supplement. And, you know, because all of the like physical stuff is ready to go, I'm able to kind of relax and I'm able to focus more on like my job and my work. Now, does thinking about the baby still like take over most of my brain space? Yeah. And I can't even really tell you why. I'm not like really worried about it, but I just find myself thinking about the cradle and the bassinet and the crib and moving stuff around and folding the blankets and folding the clothes and making sure everything's clean. And it's that nesting thing, I guess. But I do want to do a shout out while I'm sitting here talking to you guys about my pregnancy yoga that I've been doing. So like as I get closer to the end of this pregnancy, like I'm starting to have more ideas about like videos I can make to like tell people about this experience and to help them and make it a little bit easier. One of the things that I've found that I really enjoy, especially here on YouTube, is all of the pregnancy yoga videos. When I first got pregnant, I was out looking for like pregnancy yoga classes to like go to, and all of the like yogis I talked to were like, oh yeah, no one's really doing those. It's not really happening right now. They like stopped during COVID. No one's really brought them back yet. I turned to YouTube. I've been watching one particular channel in general because there is quite a plethora of garbage out there when it comes to pregnancy yoga. Because some people might think that this channel is not like particularly like complicated or challenging enough, but I've found that just getting up and doing some light stretching and doing some poses in yoga is enough for me. Some of the pregnancy yoga videos are assuming that I feel great all the time, which is not correct. Some days it's enough to just do some downward dogs, do a couple of butterfly poses, do some lunges, and that's it. And that should be okay. Some of this stuff, I'm not doing Wild Thing 7 months pregnant. It's not happening. So if you're struggling to find a prenatal yoga person, I'm really enjoying her. Her channel is like not challenging. Her channel is not so challenging that I don't think someone who's not used to doing yoga couldn't do her videos. And I'm used to yoga and I like doing her videos. Does she occasionally forget to do the other side of some poses? Yes. That's okay. I just pause it and do it myself. So anyway, we are coming up on 30 weeks, or I'm working on my 30th week now. And the things that I'm kind of starting to think about are like preterm labor and what does it feel like for your water to kind of break, you know? Because going forward, like really, yes, I know like 30 weeks, full term is 40 weeks, but there are all those little bits in between where it's like not too early, not too late. We could have a pretty healthy baby within the next 5 weeks, which is bananas. So I'm trying to like keep an eye out and listen to my body and kind of feel how it's feeling about all this, because essentially we're on the final countdown. It went by so fast. Dan's got his paternity leave pretty much ironed out. I was talking to him about like the different stages of labor and like where he needs to be and what he wants to be doing at those points, you know, because he's still out and working. I'm working from home primarily. And I don't know, I think we're just getting excited. We've got lots to distract us. There's lots of stuff going on. It's the final countdown. Do-do-do-do. Not really yet, though, I guess. Probably not, because it's only 29, 30 weeks. It just feels like we're so close. Like I remember when I was only 10 weeks pregnant and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I only have that amount of time left. So anyway, there's my ramblings for this week. I will be doing a video next week because I'm going to do it. I'm going to just keep doing it and try to get to like a little bit more specific things that have helped me in the last couple of, months of doing this. Highlighting some things that have been helpful. Even though, yet again, I am in no position to give anyone advice because I've never done this before. But as a person who's doing it for the first time, I think I have some insight, right? Otherwise, why make the videos? Anyway, thank you for checking in on me. I appreciate it, and I'll see you next week. Okay, bye.